So today I'm going to be talking about Tabula Rasa, which I guess is the third episode of Lost, or technically the second. I don't know. This is the first full-fledged flashback episode. This is Kate's flashback, and the whole, I guess, message of the episode is the title itself, Tabula Rasa, which means clean slate. And it's basically like it's kind of like what Jack says at the end. Who they were doesn't really matter at this point. It's more, who they are now on this island. If I'm shaking, it's because it's really, really cold. The heater's not doing much right now. But yeah, again, this is a solid episode. The flashbacks aren't anything special. It's just kind of introducing Kate, and it is this episode is getting across one thing, which is one of the main things I like about the show, is that deep down everybody's a good person. There's no this isn't Walter White in Breaking Bad where there's just like a scumbag main character. Like, these are all good people deep down, and you kind of see that with a lot of these people. The prime example being Kate. We see she committed some crime worthy of being a wanted fugitive, but she takes the time to save the farmer guy who ratted her out. You see this with Sawyer. He's been a jerk and an asshole the whole show so far, but he clearly struggled with having to shoot the marshal, and he was clearly very disturbed when he found out that he didn't actually kill the marshal and just made his suffering worse. And we see a little bits of it with other characters as well. There's a nice bit with Jin at the end of the episode when Sun is sleeping to show that they clearly have a rocky relationship, but he does very much care for her, right? And even with Saeed at the end, where Saeed is willing to let bygones be bygones and attempt to make amends with Sawyer in some way, shape, or form. And of course, that's all taking place during the ending song, "The Wash Away," Joe Purdy, which is a great song. I like that song a lot. There's a lot of good songs on Lost, which is something I haven't mentioned yet, and I'm sure I'll talk about a lot. Is the music on this show is amazing. This is Michael Giacchino's score, and it just works really well throughout the show. It hits a lot of notes, especially like the life and death theme, which I don't believe we've gotten yet. We don't get that until about halfway through the season 1 with the Boone death and Aaron birth episode. Do No Harm, I believe, is the episode. But yeah. So yeah, I think the whole thing of that episode, besides the island struggle of Jack trying to save the marshal's life, again, I think that's kind of giving you a little bit of an insight into Jack's character as well. He can't really let things go. He's got... of course, he's a good person as well. He doesn't want to let this person die. But you see that struggle and that fight with him almost to the point where, I think he kind of, at one point, realizes he can't save this guy, and, he knows this guy is in a lot of pain. And there's a couple people mentioning, maybe the best thing is, put this guy out of his misery, honestly. And he's got that reluctance to do that. Because, again, he also doesn't want to have to kill somebody, which he ends up doing at the end of this episode. But, yeah. I think this episode is good for, introducing that general concept of deep down these are all good people. We see that throughout. And, of course, setting up what we're going to get next with Walkabout. You get that little tease of Locke, what's this guy's deal now? Because it ends almost on a mysterious cliffhanger note when it finally pans to him just watching the scenes, what's going on with this guy. But yeah, we'll learn more about that in the next episode. I'll talk about Walkabout, and I will see you guys next time.